Today's episode is brought to you by Romer Skincare. Based out of Chicago, Romer launched a work-from-home clean skincare line that covers all of your skin needs. They proved that you don't need a million serums and eye creams to get better skin. Why we love them? Clean ingredients and effective results with just a simple 3-step routine that you and even your partner can share. Right now, Romer Skincare is offering our listeners 15% off and a gift with your first purchase by using code LISTENER15. That's code LISTENER15 on their website, romerskincare.com. No stress, no clutter, just happy skin.
Hello and welcome to the Infectious Groove Podcast, recorded at the 33 1/3 Music Appreciation Center in Speakeasy, located just outside of Detroit, Michigan. The Infectious Groove Podcast is your source for jammy jams, music news, and the best in-depth music discussion. Thanks for joining us. Now here are your hosts.
Hey, it's Russ, and along with me for the ride, as always, is Kyle and Michelle. How are y'all doing?
Oh, you know.
Oh,
we good.
Fantastic. You're so fired up.
We're great.
And I just changed our intro last week, and I'm going to have to change our intro again because as of a few minutes ago, we are now part of the Odd Pods Network. So I got to change our intro to have my beautiful wife now say part of the Odd Pods Network. So it's in there. So it's not going to change a whole hell of a lot for the listeners, except we'll probably have like some ads that are part of the network. Having said that, the three of us are sitting here just outside of Detroit, Michigan, as always, and we have a good friend of ours who is sitting a considerable distance away from Detroit, Michigan. Will from the Limehouse Podcast is on with us. Will, how you doing?
I'm doing terribly well, old boy. Lovely to meet you all.
You sound more British now than Guy Pratt.
No, I just really want to sound like Hugh Grant. That's that's pretty much like what every American ever thinks of a Brit, right?
Right. I think that you have to.
Exactly.
I think if you just apologize continually, then you got Hugh Grant down, right?
Yeah, I'm desperately sorry. I'm desperately sorry for appearing on your podcast. I really need. I'll go immediately.
Yep, that's exactly right. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but when I appeared on Will's show, we were rapping about some of the things he's done. This man has sat and played on Ringo Starr's drum kit, and not like a replica of, but Ringo Starr's drum kit.
Was Ringo Starr there?
Will?
He was masturbating behind the
You were playing that good?
It still counts.
Yes, it still counts.
You were playing that well, and he was just like, holy shit.
Don't stop now, don't stop. Yeah.
Awesome.
This is why we never let you do that in the Beatles.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Really good, Russ. That's really good. It's giving me a really weird semi.
So our listeners just got a crash course in Will. Will, if you would please, because when I was on your show, you allowed me time to tell the whole world about the wonderful world of Kyle and Michelle. And,
we are wonderful.
Yeah, and
I haven't slept since. Yeah.
If you would please let our listeners know what is it you do on your show.
I'll keep it clean.
Too late.
I interview the best and the worst of humanity. I don't know really. I think. Well, I just talk to people like I guess it's music on a Wednesday. So I know you guys have kind of you've spoken about the podcast before. So on a Wednesday, I talk like to not unsigned, but kind of low level artists and what have you about their music inspirations and where they've come from, etc. And then on a Sunday, if I'm not too fucking unbelievably knackered, I put out a conversation with like. I don't know, who do you say? Like, well, Guy Pratt, for one. Mm-hmm. There's a good example. Steve Ferroni from the Heartbreakers. And, or just all walks of life, really. I've had, like, a guy called Paul Salapak on who's I love saying this. I fucking love saying this. A 2-time Pulitzer Prize winning journalist.
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah.
He's got us beat.
So, right. Sorry.
We're still currently at, what's the count? We're still at 0 for awards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me check my book.
Yeah. Currently, we're still at 0.
Yeah.
so it's just easy. It's just easygoing chat, you know, and I'm just winging it the whole time.
So
a
it's
little bit like right now.
It's the complete opposite of the push-pull that goes on here every week.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So anyways, yeah, we have said this several times because we have talked about your show on our show, and the support that you've given us has been awesome.
Phenomenal.
Like, yeah. So
yeah, it's been really easy because your show is fucking fantastic.
Oh,
I'm so picky. I am the pickiest little prick in the entire world. And I love your fucking show. It's funny and great, and that's all you want in life, right? Just funny and good, right? You know?
Is that the two words you want to describe you, Michelle? Is funny and great?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
In any order, or great and funny?
Yeah, maybe smart.
Oh, no. people have heard the show.
Yeah. The more I listen to Infectious Groove podcast, the more I think that Russ wants to be called wise.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
That's what he makes us call him off air.
Right.
He's such a great guy, and he's so clever with music. He just knows everything about music. It's amazing.
Michelle's super excited about that.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think her favorite thing is when I give her an in-depth discussion about what the lyrics of a song means that she doesn't even like in the first place.
You're just rubbing it in her face. Yeah.
So anyways, having said that, we have Will on with us because our main topic of discussion this week is going to be Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, which is really, I mean, Tom Petty's arguably one of the greatest American artists of all time, really. Yep. And so when we discussed with Will, hey, do you want to come on the show? What do you want to talk about? He said, hey, let's talk about Tom Petty. And I was like, okay, all day. we can talk about Tom Petty all day. So we are going to get into that in just a little bit. And as always, we're going to go through our regular segments.
Music news.
Kyle, what's the haps? What's the chatter? What's the hot gossip?
I feel like I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but the Dreams TikTok guy has been getting more and more opportunities based around that whole TikTok video.
I love the fact that the latest thing is that he's a card in a Cheech and Chong mobile game.
Yeah, he's going to be.
What?
Yep. Yeah, he's going to be in the new Cheech and Chong video game.
Which is sweet.
Yeah.
But, and we talked about this right before we went on air, and I do agree, like, at this point, if you're a listener to the show regularly, you're probably like, oh, TikTok Dreams guy again.
Yeah.
But it just gives me another chance to rail on pieces of shit like Don Henley. And I just read earlier this week, the reason why all this is happening is because Stevie Nicks understands the value of sharing music and what people being able to share music today can do, right? And look what's happened to Dreams, right?
Yeah. Now they all reap the benefits from it.
In the same damn band, if you use a snippet of a song Lindsey Buckingham wrote, it comes down in 5 seconds and the whole world doesn't get to hear it. So, like, if you take the last month that happened with Dreams, if that had happened, if he was listening to Go Your Own Way instead of Dreams, the whole last month doesn't happen.
No, Lindsay.
Oh, you should have an all Lindsay on there.
I don't.
I thought for sure I made you an all Lindsay. No. Is this another thing like the Crickets where I made it, but you said it wasn't
maybe.
there? Yeah.
Oh,
Lindsay. But, like, Will, how do you feel about that? Because, I rail about this all the time. Like, how do you feel? Should artists allow us to be salespeople for them?
Dude, like, yeah, it makes me cringe. Like, the idea of that guy, Don Henley, and the freaking, wasting everyone's money and time going like, no, man, I need my bucks. I need my money. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, dude, chill the fuck. But it's dinosaurs, right? It's like what Kurt Cobain would describe as they need weeding out, right?
Yeah.
Of the music industry. It's just very sad. It's just pathetic. But it's sad. I don't think it's like the majority, right?
Oh, no. I hope that this makes other artists be like, oh, crap, we should be allowing this.
Right.
Well, I think... Well, so I think TikTok has done that in general because there's a bunch of, I just heard on the radio that, what is that chick's name? She named herself something dumb because she never thought that anything would happen with that song, and then it caught on TikTok, and she became this huge, if you heard the song right now, you would recognize it because it's one of those TikTok songs. But
like Post Malone, how he did his name on a random rap name generator, not thinking that he was the
it was the Wu-Tang rap name generator.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that TikTok is good in that aspect. Is it's showing you that there's other avenues for a huge amount of promotion that people are gonna.
If I'm Jimmy Page right now, I got to be like, oh man, you people are going to shit when you hear Black Dog. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Instead of having it taken down, like right now, if we drop 15 seconds of Black Dog in this episode, you'll publish it on Monday morning at 5 in the morning. At 5 o'clock in the morning, in 15 seconds, it'll be taken down.
Black Dog.
Oh, wait, you know the name of the song, or were you just?
I was asking you to sing the part I know.
She wanted you to say.
Yeah,
hey,
I'm sorry.
Mama.
Yeah. Well, as you know, Will, Michelle doesn't know the names of songs, so I am of course speaking about
translate for her.
I'm of course speaking about the Led Zeppelin classic "Hey Hey Mama,"
which would be aptly titled.
Yeah. Hey Mama.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm with Michelle on that one. I'm totally with Michelle. I'm terrible with track names, man.
Unless it makes sense, but a lot of times they don't make sense.
Good Lord. All right.
That is also the only thing that you'll ever hear me say good or nice about TikTok. Other than that, I don't.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other, except that in this instance, it helps me.
I don't know what the fuck it is anyway. Sorry to interrupt.
Don't bother. You don't even want to know what it is.
Yeah, you
No.
do. I saw a turtle dressed up like a ghost today.
Sweet. Moving on.
Okay.
If that's your takeaway, if you take away nothing from TikTok, Will, take away the fact that Michelle saw a turtle dressed up in what?
Like a ghost.
There you
was
go.
his Halloween costume.
Sweet.
Wonderful.
Exactly.
So moving right along, what else was there in music news?
So Spotify, it is rumored that Wonderwall by Oasis became the first song to hit 1 billion streams.
It's not a rumor, it's fact. The rumors are true.
Mad fodder.
Certified?
Mad fodder.
Yeah, so my thing with Wonderwall, I don't hate on it at all, but it's not even the best song on that record. Like, Cast No Shadow is 100 times better than that. Some might say is a better song than that.
I just think that...
Oh my God, some might say.
Isn't that the jam?
I do think that if you
asked
any random person about an Oasis song or the name
gonna
one,
say
they're going to say Wonderwall.
Plus, it's a meme.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
You know, there's a shit.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
how in the name of dear Christ in heaven did Ryan Adams get so much success with that song? He literally just does the same fucking well, not the same, slightly stripped down, but it's kind of the same. It's like, what the fuck? I know I've been going out with girls who are like, oh my God, I love Ryan Adams. Have you heard his version of Wonderwall? I'm like, dude, have you heard Oasis's?
Maybe they haven't. That's why they think it's so good.
Yeah.
No, there was the one I always think of that's like that is Sheryl Crow's version of The First Cut Is the Deepest. Like, it's exactly like Rod Stewart's version, except Rod Stewart is infinitely better singer than Sheryl Crow.
Yeah.
And like people, when that came out, people were like, "Oh my God, have you heard Sheryl Crow's version?" And it's same thing. Will say, I was like, "Yeah, but have you heard the original? Like, why would you listen to the?" Yeah. And hold on a minute. You haven't heard the original, have you, Michelle? Sweet.
I'm learning right now that was a cover.
This show is educational for us and the listener. But that's a neat milestone. That's something no one can ever take away. So it's like first to the moon.
They're probably already arguing about it, though.
Oasis?
Yeah. So,
except for, I would imagine that somewhere in England are two accountants making sure that the stream money is split exactly between the two.
To the cent.
Gallaghers, yeah.
What's that, like 2,000 quid or something? It's probably like fuck all. A billion like plays on Spotify probably equates to about what?
Not very much money.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, they probably got a cool 50 to split between the two of them.
Yeah.
So what else do we got? There's at least one other thing.
There is one other thing, and John Fogerty is the latest person to tell Donald Trump to stop fucking using their music.
Yeah, Fortunate Son is one of those songs that, like, and I always joke about this is before your time, but like this is before both of your times. In the 80s, Ronald Reagan tried to use Born in the USA as his campaign song. And if you've ever really listened to the lyrics of that song, it's not a happy song. It's not about being proud about being from the USA. And that song is actually about how we treat our veterans after the fact. And if you know anything about that, it's not that well.
What?
Yeah, and Reagan's like, hooray, Born in the USA. And so, like, why on earth? Like, okay, so Fortunate Son, every movie that it's ever in, something bad is happening. Like, it's a war movie where, like, a whole bunch of people are dying.
Yeah.
And like, the helicopter comes down, it's like, doom, 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 bear down. And, like, you see
That's
people.
how you know it's a war movie.
Yeah, and Trump's, and Trump's like, hooray, let's use that song. You know, like,
in his defense, he is going to war currently, so.
Yeah.
That's probably why I used it.
Yeah.
Does that happen over in the UK? Honest to God, I don't know. Do you constantly have your politicians like trying to use songs and the artists being like, stop that?
Dude, we still fucking wear bowler hats and wear suits for like fucking everything. So they don't even know what music is. I mean, our politicians are like basically like, you know, crusty little fucking, I don't even want to say hippies because that's like an insult to hippies, but like I think once Tony Blair used a Dee Ream song called Things Can Only Get Better. But like Tony Blair, everyone had such a hard on for him anyway. They were like, yeah, fuck it, don't go for it. Like, and Theresa May, our previous PM, was just fucking hopeless. Like the absolute opposite of anything you would call culturally like revolutionary. Like she's a horrific human being. Oh my! She didn't even fucking bother. Like she was like, I'm not even going to fucking bother. That's what I love about Trump. He's like, oh shit, I'm just going to do it. That's
do you want him? You can have him.
Trump.
Yeah, you're welcome to him over there if you'd like him.
He's free.
Don't get me started on that guy.
I'll see there.
So yeah, it's just, you know, it's worth reporting on because it's yet another, like, and for me, the focus of the story isn't even like yet another musician doesn't want. It's like that song specifically. Like, what are you thinking? You know,
see,
like,
I don't understand why he doesn't try and use like a Kid Rock song, because Kid Rock would be like, hell yeah, let's go have a rally.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. He does all this other shit and then gets told to.
And we've
stop.
talked about this before. I've wondered how many artists and stuff actually do support Trump, but would never say it out loud. Yeah. You know, but like Kid Rock for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know. Use American Badass.
Kid Rock was, but he was fucking Donald Trump before Donald Trump was Donald Trump. Man. Like I remember watching. That's not true. But I mean, I remember watching. It doesn't really matter in this age of bullshit anyway, does it? But I remember watching Kid Rock videos when I was like a younger on MTV2 or whatever, and I'd just be like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, is he really like doing this? Like Confederate flag stuff? I'm like, God almighty.
Yeah, well,
yeah, there's a market for it, right?
Imagine being me and traveling the United States, and when any stranger comes up to me and goes, oh, you're from Detroit? You must love Kid Rock. No, thank you.
Hard pass.
No, thank you.
God.
So, speaking of not loving Kid Rock, our Jamie.
Is Kid Rock your jam?
No, Kid Rock has never been my jam. I kind of like the song Picture once, and that's it for my connection to Kid Rock. So anyways, moving on to our Jamie Jams.
So hang on, you liked Kid Rock once?
I like...
You heard it here first.
The song,
dude.
The song Picture makes for a good karaoke duet in a pinch. So I was...
Okay, so Michelle, you just basically get to rip the shit out of Russ forever now, right?
Yes. I'm writing it down in my notes. What time is it? 3:34.
She's gonna
October 17th.
She's gonna edit that from the show and just make me saying I like Kid Rock. Or
yeah,
I love Kid Rock.
Yeah.
So my Jamie Jams, it's kind of funny. The two things I've been listening to the most in the past like 2 weeks is Nick Mason from Pink Floyd put out a live record that's like all pre Dark Side of the Moon live Pink Floyd stuff, and it's fucking phenomenal. Like, it's tons of material that never even got played live by Floyd, or if it did, like, there's no good recordings of it. And the band he put together, which features Guy Pratt, like, they nail it. Every song is nailed perfectly. So for a Floyd geek like me, I love pre Dark Side of the Moon Pink Floyd, and to have like great versions of this stuff live is awesome for me.
Hell yeah.
And then I've been listening to Roger Waters' live record, which is like everything past Dark Side of the Moon.
I heard he likes Donald Trump as well.
He does not like Donald Trump, not even a little bit. Actually, last night I was listening to the live album and I forgot from the show when Money starts, and of course the famous cha-ching, you know, they do it quad sound at the show, and he used Donald Trump quotes to start Money on that tour. So it was like, I won. Like, why are people saying otherwise or whatever? Like, and we've got this under control or whatever. And so you can hear it like going around like the money.
That's
like
awesome.
doom.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I totally forgot about that till I was just spinning it last night. But anyways, all the versions of the Floyd stuff I thought was great. It's got live versions of his songs from his latest solo record, which I love. So those two I've been listening to a lot. And then it's been a long time since I've been like, I found a new band. But I found a new band.
Oh, no.
Yes. And I'm going to pull a card out of your deck here because I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's spelled B-A-I-L-E-N. So I'm going to say Balin.
That's what I would say. But someone out there would be like, that's wrong.
And the song that got me turned onto them is a song called Something Tells Me. And it's just good good ass R&B. It's a trio in the group, and there's one female and two guys, and it's just good old school R&B, like think the first Leon Bridges record, that type of thing.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and so I really, really, really like that. I'll be stunned if I don't buy the whole record just off like the 3 songs I've listened to off of it, because I haven't even moved on past the 3 songs because I keep repeating those 3 songs.
Sounds about right.
So the other 7 songs could suck. I'll let you know.
TBD.
Yeah, we're not entirely sure just yet. Kyle, what have you been listening to?
I checked out that new Sturgill Simpson record, and it's fucking fantastic.
But I don't know if you saw what I posted on our socials. Is it not the most country record in the history of
that's
country?
what I love about it.
Yeah.
It's
Merle Haggard.
It's the kind of country I like.
Merle Haggard would hear this record and be like, that's too country.
The boot stomping, clapping along with oh my God, it's fantastic. You
should go to his socials and read the backstory on the record too, where it was recorded and why it's special, where it was recorded and how it was recorded. And I also like the fact that it's called Volume 1.
Yeah. I hope there's a
Is this
bunch
one
more.
that was recorded in Waterford?
No, that's the last one, Sound and Fury, which was recorded in a motel room in Waterford.
Yeah,
which is great.
This one's called Cutting Grass, Volume 1, Butcher Shop Sessions.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but every song on that is from his previous records, but they're completely reworked.
Yeah.
And apparently he's got new material coming that's in the same style.
That's going to be Volume 2?
I don't know for sure, but I think the idea here was like, if you liked my old stuff, you should get used to it this way, because we're going this direction.
I think this is more of him just saying, like, fuck you to the record label. Which is also
which
fantastic.
He has actually said.
Yeah.
Several times.
Was this a surprise?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, he ended up announcing it on like Thursday because some record store in Germany like broke the news or something. And
Germans.
I know, it's probably the worst thing they've ever done.
Oh boy.
He said something like he said I was going to do this as a surprise on Friday, but some country, I don't want to name names, and then in parentheses it was like Germany. And so he was like, that's when he posted here's the story behind the record.
Do you think he's reworking songs he's already made because he owed those other ones to the record label, so now he owns these ones himself?
That's very possible. I don't know that for sure. I mean, who knows what goes on in the mind of Sturgill? I mean, this is the guy that made 2 bluegrass records and then made an R&B record that kind of is country with a Nirvana cover on it.
I love all of his.
And then rented a motel room in Waterford, Michigan, and shit out the best rock record I've heard in the last 5
Can
years.
I just say, that is disgusting behaviour. Shitting as a British Englishman, even, I find that disgusting.
Well, I need to remind you that you're dealing with the U.S. now. Whole different whole different standard over here.
Good God. It's a disgrace.
Remember, we produce Kid Rock. I can edit this out if I need to, but
Rock.
Yeah, I can edit this out if I need to. But did you get a chance to thumb through that Tommy Lee record I gave you the link for?
No, I did not yet.
Okay, so I don't think the first song is your speed, but I like every other song on that record, I think you'll dig the hell out of. I was watching a vinyl new release video on YouTube yesterday, and the guy holds it up and he's like, "And here's the new Tommy Lee," and I was like, "Fucking, there's a new what?" So I went to Spotify and brought it up, and I kind of scanned the tracks, and literally every track I was just like, "This should be called Kyle Would Like This Song," except the first one. I don't know if you love the first song, but the rest of it.
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, I was
curious.
Stunned.
Yeah.
It's not like anything he's done before at all. And it's certain every Motley Crue fan that's heard it today is probably mad.
Wasn't he in Methods of Mayhem?
He was in
that's what it was.
Yeah, he was in that, and then he did like Butch Walker wrote his pop record.
Okay.
And then after that,
Methods of Mayhem was like that weird rap shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There is rapping on this record,
okay.
but it's actual rappers doing the rapping, not Tommy Lee attempting to rap. So I just can't delay this any longer. And Will, you're on camera here, and there's only going to be audio here, so feel free to react in any way that you feel appropriate to this. But I got to tell you, your life's about to improve because you're going to hear live in person Michelle's Jammy Jams. Michelle, will you please share with Will and the world your Jammy Jams?
I will.
Wait, you now have a hype section.
Yes. So, real quick, going back to TikTok. There's a song on TikTok that I've been playing on repeat, and I'm sure it's old, but it's "Swing" by Savage and Soulja Boy.
What?
Yeah, I just can't get it out of my head. So that's been my week. It's been like, it plays when I wake up in the morning in my head, and it plays when I'm
Should
going
have
to
hit
sleep.
crickets for yourself on that one.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, because of dreams being everywhere, I re-listened to Rumors, and then I listened to Purple Rain again, and I would like to change my vote.
I don't think you can retroactively change your vote.
I've been listening to them both because I listened to Rumors, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to listen to Purple Rain now. And then I was like, wait, I think I like Rumors better. So I officially would like to change my vote.
Okay, well, that doesn't matter at all. So, because that went to social media. That wasn't even for you to decide.
Only because I couldn't decide.
And also, that would upend the whole second half of the tournament. So, anyways, no.
Well, we work in a 24-hour news cycle now these days, so this could feature in a breaking news thing like CNN, Fox
It
News.
is breaking
I'm pretty
news.
Sure.
Yeah, we go live.
Exactly.
We go live now to Detroit, where we're hearing Michelle has changed her stance. She's
4 months later.
yes, Bob. I'm being told Michelle now endorses the Fleetwood Mac camp.
You're talking about that song that's from Knocked Up or whatever?
I don't know.
Oh, boy.
They stole that song from a movie and remade it now in 2020.
I don't know.
Much like
it's on TikTok.
Much like everything else Soulja Boy does, it's some other product with his name on it now.
Well,
Video
he's
game system.
just on it. I don't think it's the song.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we can just argue about that later.
Michelle's taking a pasting as usual. I see.
Right.
No?
So we always allow our guest to share their Jamie Jams. Will, what are your Jamie Jams?
Well, I'll tell you what they are, Ross. The really awesome band over here called Green Lung, right? And they are, I think they're right up Kyle Street. I think you definitely up Kyle Street. I'm not too sure about you, Michelle. No offense. I think the tone of this podcast for the past 6 months has been to pretty much slam anything you say. So I'm getting on that bandwagon.
It's real great.
But yeah, it's fantastic. It's kind of like it's a bit like a little bit nostalgic towards bands like Black Sabbath, but they've got their own take on it completely. And this, oh my god, this vocal guitar solos, this is fucking fantastic. I'll forward you a link to those guys, Green Lung, and then also obviously TP, Tom Petty. The Legends had an album out, so I've literally as of yesterday, Friday. So I've been listening to a bit of that, but one song in particular called "Leave Virginia Alone," and it's fucking incredibly good. It's like one of those songs that really creeps up on you. You
Sweet.
You hear it, you go, well, it's okay, it's all right. But then suddenly, oh my god, 2-3 days later, it's really in you. It's like a drug,
That's sweet.
And so those are my jammy jams.
Nice. I just picked up, literally this morning, I ran to the record store to get the 3LP version of Wildflowers, so you get the full record and then the extra album. And just so you guys know, when Wildflowers came out, it was supposed to be a double album. Tom wanted it to be a double album, and the record label was like, no, don't do that. And so he put it out as a single record, and so the one that came out now is the full album the way he wanted it to be in the first place. So there's like a whole extra LP of songs I've never heard.
Awesome.
It's go against what Tom Petty does. Yeah, great idea. Sorry, what he says, it's like the most stupid idea. It's like, look at his fucking track record. Jesus Christ. A bunch of morons.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
That's for later.
Yeah. Can you tell me one more time, what was the name of the band that you said that we should check out and Kyle should check out? Well, everyone but Michelle should check out.
I'll plug my ears.
They're called Green Lung.
Okay.
Green Lung.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Lung.
Right.
A particularly good song called "Let the Devil In," which is fucking it's riffage, and it's going to get you by your short and curlies or whatever the fuck.
Fantastic. All right, what I'm going to do real quick is take us to a quick break, and then Michelle will have piddle time if she needs it. And
no one else can pee.
Right. When we come back, we're going to get into discussing the person just mentioned, Tom Petty. And I understand, Michelle, that you have listened to Tom Petty this week because
I have actually.
You mentioned it randomly to me the other day.
I did. I was actually doing stuff proactively,
which is I'm really excited that this chair has good support because and I have a wall behind me, or else I'd have fallen on the goddamn floor just now.
I forgot I did do that.
My favorite thing that's happened recently is when a legend passed suddenly entirely too early, and I asked you to listen to 80 minutes of music, and then we got to the show and I was like, so did you listen to Van Halen? And you were like, I got through some of it.
She actually said that she skipped Eruption. If I do recall.
Why would you remind me of that?
You listen to the first record and half the second one.
And what's damn it, that's for that episode. But I would think you would love Sammy more than Dave. So it's weird that you listen to the whole record of the guy that you don't like.
You don't know me.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ!
I feel like she doesn't know which is which, so it doesn't even matter.
Shut up.
Right. Could be any better. Could be Michael Stipe. Who knows? You remember when Michael Stipe fronted Van Halen?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back in just a minute.
Hi there, I'm Kyle Sutton.
I'm Trisha Campbell.
And we're the hosts of My Drunk Movie Theater. Join us every week as we go through the silly things that we wind up getting up to at our jobs working at a local multiplex. We also talk about all the current events that are happening in the movie world that affect us and affect you as the viewers. Trisha?
We also get off topic quite a bit and we'll ramble, so there's that too.
Yeah, well, alcohol does that to you. So hit the subscribe button. You can listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, almost anywhere that your podcasts are available.
Ich bin ein
Science! Cannabinoids. Genetics. Coronavirus. Dogs! This is Petri Dish. Science! We're a science podcast exploring complex subjects with clarity and evil humor. Join the scientific revolution. Join Petri Dish, dropping every Monday on anchor.fm/Petri Dish.
Was A Quiet Place inspired by signs it comes at night in War for the Planet of the Apes? Was Ready Player One influenced by Avatar, Wreck-It Ralph, and The Last Starfighter? Is a hurricane heist more influenced by Sharknado or Geostorm? These are the kinds of questions my guest co-hosts and I discuss on my podcast, Piecing It Together. Every week we look at a new movie and try to figure out what other movies inspired it. Whether it's the story, the character development, tone, or even use of music. Every movie was influenced by something that came before, and we want to figure out what. Check out Piecing It Together on your favorite podcast app or check us out on piecingpod.com. You can also follow us on social media at piecingpod. Piecing It Together is a part of the All Points West podcast network.
We are back. Russ, Kyle, and Michelle over here on this shore, and Will over there on that shore, on the other side of the pond, as they say.
Do they?
Hello.
Who's they?
They.
Oh, God. Michelle just hasn't gone for a piss. She's also had a lot of vodka.
Well, I do butt chug vodka when I go to the bathroom.
Tommy Lee over here.
Do you want to explain to everyone at home why you urinated in the corner of the room like you did? I just,
Well, it must be time for this drop.
It's time for the Infectious Groove Podcast. Main topic of discussion.
So unless we're talking about the Tom Petty track Girl on LSD, we're probably not talking about someone urinating in the corner. Our main topic is the great Tom Petty, who, I think Tom Petty is up there in the discussion with America's greatest exports as far as music in general goes, let alone rock bands. Will, scale of 1 to 10, how jealous are you of us for being able to claim Tom Petty?
You know what? I don't know, man. I'd throw it back at you. I think we could claim him as a little bit as well. I think where he started out, was obviously the States, but I think, if it wasn't for the Brits, he would have had a trickier time of it, I think. So, but in answer to your question, Ross, I'd like to say that, yes, I am very jealous of you being American.
I would argue that overall, in the music world Olympics, the U.S. probably loses to every other country, especially England. There's just so many better acts, so I get really excited when I have one we can brag about. That also never shamed us, and never, it wasn't canceled, quote unquote, at any point. So as far as Tom Petty goes, Will, when did you first get into Tom Petty?
Dude, I was like 10. I was fucking 10 years old. My ma bought me. My ma? What the fuck? Am I American? My mother bought the family the Into the Great Wide Open album.
And, right on.
She bought it from a W.H. Smith's, which is basically like a stationery store in the UK. And you could do that kind of thing. Cassette, whacked it in the car, and it was literally learning to fly. I mean, fucking hell, man! What an introduction to TP. And I was just like, okay, that's that then.
Turns out I'm a Tom Petty fan.
Yeah, it turns out. Wow. And there's a whole bunch of albums before that, but. Yeah, so I was like 10 years old, just driving along in a car, just on a holiday, what have you. It's just fucking unbelievable. Yeah.
Right on. What about you, Kyle? Because I don't think I don't think of you as like a huge Tom Petty fan, but I know he's there for you.
Yeah, probably, to be honest with you, like the radio back in the day.
Yeah.
When I was a kid.
Like, what was some of the first stuff that you heard from?
Oh, like Free Fallin'. Yeah, Mary Jane's Last Dance.
Yeah.
Or Last Dance with Mary Jane.
Depending on who you ask. I was literally going to say, kudos to you for saying the name of the song right. Everybody on Earth calls it Last Dance with Mary Jane, and you said it right. It's Mary Jane's Last Dance.
But yeah, the music video is like super creepy.
Oh, hell yeah.
I used to watch it when I was a little kid, and it stuck with me because...
I'll go into it in a minute, but I got into Tom Petty through a music video, too. It wasn't that one, but it was another one.
What's the one where he's the Alice in Wonderland one?
Don't Come Around Here.
Yeah, I love that song, too.
Yeah, it's a jam.
Yeah.
Michelle, how did you come to the greatness of Tom Petty?
So he's always been someone
I swear to God, I was waiting for her to be like, oh, I just heard him this week.
No, he's always been someone who's just been in the air supply for me. So he's been there, and it's been one of the people who I was always gonna go see live. Yeah. Like I have.
Well, now you're jumping ahead because we're gonna talk about our favorite Tom Petty concerts.
I mean, totally. I totally did that.
Right. But you were gonna go see him in, I think, 2016, that last tour, right?
Yeah, DTE, and. I think it was
good thing you put that off till next tour. Huh?
Yeah, I remember tickets were $60, and I was like,
I remember that text conversation.
Yeah.
I remember being like, I saw him in '94, and he kicked 10 guys' ass, and you were like, but it wasn't $60.
It wasn't $60 worth of ass.
Well, we have merchandise coming. Soon. And if that's a Michelle quote that doesn't go on a T-shirt, I don't know what is.
But yeah, he's just always been around, and I've never heard anything by him that I haven't liked. So I got introduced to Tom Petty and MTV in the same day. I was at my brother-in-law's house, or my sister's house, and my brother-in-law and I were hanging out, and we went in the living room, and the video for the song "You Got Lucky" was on, which is like, no one talks about this Tom Petty video, but it's like Mad Max type thing. You know, it's not just all music videos at that time outside of Michael Jackson were the band on like a really bad green screen, and whatever. And this was like filmed. And it's like they all drive out in the desert in these like Mad Max looking vehicles, and they find all the instruments like under dusty stuff or whatever else, and then they start playing "You Got Lucky." So that was the first song I ever heard, and I was like, holy shit, this song kicks ass. And I was like, also, why is this a film? And my brother-in-law was like, oh, that's MTV. Like, they just show music videos all day. And I was like, what? Like, what are you saying to me right now? You know, like, so you mean to tell me they're playing music and they're showing stuff to go along with it, and it never stops? Well, it stops.
Yeah, it stopped and it got ruined.
Yeah, well, like
and
back
it's also repeated a lot.
Right. Yeah, but like back in like 81 or 82, he wasn't like, okay, well, in 1999, it's going to stop. They're going to have this thing called TRL, and it's going to be the zeitgeist of MTV, and then it's going to be over.
Yeah.
And then like Don't Come Around Here No More happened, and I was like that gave me nightmares when I was a kid. I was like, well, that's creepy as hell, and I don't want to listen to this song at all. So like now I can listen to that song, but when I was a little kid, I was like, looks like I'm out on this record. And then the thing for me that shot Petty into the stratosphere, because he was always just there, like he was always just around kicking ass, and like I mentioned earlier, like you didn't hear about like, oh, Tom Petty tore up a hotel room again, or like or he beat up this person or whatever. You never heard. He was just there, and he was just rock solid, and then when Full Moon Fever came out, I remember there being buzz and people being like, oh, this is Tom's first solo record, and like everyone that's heard it says it's brilliant. And they kept saying on the 89 VMAs that they had a surprise person that was going to end the show. If they mentioned it once, they mentioned it 300 times during the show. Oh, don't wait till the end. There's a surprise person going to end the show. So then Arsenio Hall was the host, and he didn't even introduce Tom Petty. He just went, we have, here comes the big surprise, Free Fallin'. And Free Fallin' wasn't even a single. Like, no one had even heard the song. So all of us were like, what the hell is a Free Fallin'? Yeah. So they pan over, and it's Tom Petty. And I wasn't, like, disappointed or anything, but I was like, oh, well, there's Rock Solid Guy. Like, and also he's playing, like, he's all like, she's a good girl. Like, everyone knows that song now, right? No one knew the song then. So I was like, what the hell song is this even? And then from the right side of the stage prances out the rock god, W. Axl Rose, and I'm immediately on board. Like, I'm just like, oh, wait. Axl's involved. So, and this is back when Axl was cool, actually gave a shit to put on like a good performance and stuff.
Like 10 minutes.
And then he just rips through Free Fallin' with Petty, and the two of them were just singing it like their life depended on it, And I was like, damn it, Tom Petty's 100 times cooler than I thought he was. Like I never thought he was uncool. I just didn't think of him as like a huge rock thing. And then like the Traveling Wilburys happened after that, and I was like, wait, now this guy's in a band with fucking Bob Dylan and George Harrison and goddamn Roy Orbison. Like, what the fuck? When did this guy become that cool? And I didn't fucking notice it. Like I was just blown away by that,
Yeah.
you know. And then right after that is when Into the Great Wide Open happened and whatever. And then the 90s was a golden era for Petty. It was like we were talking about earlier. He could do no wrong. Like everything that he put out, you were just like, the way I can describe it is Mary Jane's Last Dance is a bonus track for his greatest hits. It's not on any other Tom Petty record. And then it comes out as a bonus track on his greatest hits and becomes his greatest hit.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much Tom Petty could do no wrong. You know, he was like, I'm going to put this on my greatest hits. I've never heard that song. Oh, don't worry. It's going to be a giant ass hit.
It's hard for me to imagine. It's hard for me to imagine a time where no one had heard Free Fallin'. It's been beating in my head for so long that like,
and then like for him to just do it at the end of the award show, literally, I mean, you know that he's in that D and the G, and we were just like,
that's crazy.
I'm like, why isn't he doing "You Got Lucky"?
Do your old stuff.
Yeah. And it's like, oh no, he's just doing a song that's going to go on to become Americana.
Yeah.
Like that song is Jack and Diane. It's Fortunate Son. You know what I mean? It's everywhere. Now I mentioned the Traveling Wilburys a little bit, and I don't think the Traveling Wilburys get near as much attention as they should. Have you guys ever taken the chance to like really listen to some of their stuff?
Yeah, I've listened to them.
Oh, you've made me listen to it.
You damn right. Damn right.
What percentage are we at?
On Wilburys, we are at 30. Well, the only ones alive still are Jeff Lynne and
Bob Dylan, right?
Bob Dylan, yeah, so we're at 40% Wilbury capacity.
Womp womp.
I know, which is unfortunate, but at least you got to see Tom in concert before he passed. So
I did get to see a cover band.
You did. We had a great time with that.
That was
show,
a great
too.
cover band.
They were great, and almost the same thing.
So close.
Will, did you ever dig much into the Wilburys, or just listen to what's on the radio, or were they big to you at all?
God, dude. Like, the Wilburys were, like, a huge part of our lives. Like, literally that Volume 1, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, is, like, just absolutely sensational. There's nothing... we were kids, man, like, when that album came out, and my parents just stuck it on, because for us, it was, like, it was, like, our time, our chance to show off our heritage. You know, you had, like Jeff Lynne, you know, doing the fucking shit, doing the business with George Harrison, and also because we were such massive Petty fans... When you'd hear that record, you'd hear it and you'd go, that's Tom Petty's voice. You tell your mates, you go, that's Tom Petty's voice there. And because we're all, you know, in England, he wasn't the biggest thing, man. Like, he just wasn't. Like, you know, it's very much, whenever I used to talk about Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers to people, they'd be like, who? What the fuck? So, like, you know, but he'd always get over, you know, looked over by, like, Bob Dylan and what have you in the Wilburys. But fuck me, man. Like, Handle with Care, when I first heard that was a
what a jam.
Just and like it really is, and it's wow.
You mentioned Jeff Lynne. Jeff Lynne was on fire at that time. Just FYI, Jeff Lynne produced Cloud 9 by George Harrison, which has I Got My Mind Set on You. He also produced Roy Orbison's Mystery Girl record, which has You Got It, which was a massive hit. And then he produced the Into the Great Wide Open record for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Just a few things,
right? And then he produced both Wilburys records. So yeah, Jeff Lynne had a couple of things going.
Sorry, if you haven't listened to Mystery Girl, right? That one song, just that one song, give that a fucking listen, because that will stop you in your tracks. Yeah, it was stunning song.
Like Roy Orbison was always known for just an amazing vocal, and most people when they think Roy Orbison, they probably think Pretty Woman first.
Yeah,
but I would play that. I would play Mystery Girl for somebody before, if they'd never heard Roy Orbison, I'd play that song before anything else, and then just tell them, okay, everything else is downhill.
You could just do a separate podcast on the Wilburys, because like the heritage that alone that those guys, or just the idea of all those guys in the same room together with the acoustics out, it blows your mind, really.
No, I totally agree. Like, I literally, that's why I was like, the 89 VMAs happened, and then like the summer real close to that same time the Wilburys happened, and so I was like, when did this guy go from being like just Tom Petty that's around to like, how is this dude hanging out with all of the excellence, you know? And I think really the only reason the Wilburys got cut off was because Roy passed. I think they would have kept going with that, because there was no reason not to. But then when Roy passed, it just wasn't the same.
Right, yeah.
Which good on them for doing that, instead of just being like, oh, well, here's somebody else in Roy's spot, you know?
Right.
So this is kind of a weird question, but I thought it would be something interesting, at least to talk about for us and maybe for the listeners to hear. And we'll start with you, Will. Is there a difference to you in, like, between Tom Petty, the brand, and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers brand? Like, when you hear a Tom Petty solo record, is there much of a difference to you than the material with the Heartbreakers?
God, So this is a tricky one, because, like, I categorically I find it so hard to answer because like back in the like if you're you know like a real completist, you've got all his albums right from start to finish, you technically kind of grew up with his music. If you were like born in the 50s or whatever and you grew up with it, yeah, you'd be able to really feel it when he went out on his own. But so that kind of already happened when I was really started getting into him, so Full Moon Fever and what have you. But you can hear it. You can hear that the eccentricities that Tom explores more on his solo records, definitely, especially Full Moon Fever. I mean, like Zombie Zoo and all that kind of stuff. It's like, it's batshit crazy. Well, not batshit crazy, but yeah. And then also, like, he's allowed on, like, Highway Companion to, like, explore. He does the drums on that. So he's, like, exploring his own I don't know, his own alleyways and what have you, a bit like Bruce did, Bruce Springsteen. But I mean, I'm not enough of a geek, you know, freaky geek to be like, oh my God, like when Tom's not with the Heartbreakers, it's just not the same.
Right.
You know? It's like, Tom, man, come on. You know, fuck that. And besides, like, he put up with so much shit. Trying to keep that band together and dealing with people like Stan Lynch and that guy. And I fucking do what you like, Tom. You're a fucking genius. Do you know what I mean?
Right. No, I hear you. And for me, I think you hit the nail on the head. Like, there's stuff like, I don't even think like You're So Bad from Full Moon Fever would make a Heartbreakers record, but it's right at home on a Tom album. But I would say for me, like the singles, like if you're going to listen to You Don't Know How It Feels or You Wreck Me or Free Fallin' or I Won't Back Down, like there's no difference to me between that sound and from those being from Tom solo records, quote unquote, and the Heartbreakers sound. But when you dig into the albums more, then you get into where you're like, that would never be on a Heartbreakers record. Yeah. Does that ever cross your mind? Like when you hear a Tom Petty song, Michelle, like you don't ever go like, oh, this is clearly one or the other.
No, I never know the difference.
Right.
I'm just being honest.
I can tell you for sure that neither of them are REM or Pearl Jam. Yeah.
So yes, and they're all Tom Petty singing. So
right, yeah.
I'm like,
there you go. Yeah. See, that's what they should do. They should name the song after the first lyric, so it's easier for you. And then the name of the band should always be the singer, so that's easier.
Yeah. Is someone out there taking notes?
Yeah. Well, if you could pass that along to your side of the pond, so everyone knows that's how Michelle wants it.
Don't worry, it's duly noted. But I would like to just add: imagine how you feel if you're fucking Ben Montaigne, Stan Lynch, or fucking Howie Epstein, whoever, and you're in the band, and Tom goes off and fucking writes Free Falling and shit and stuff like that. Yeah. Have absolutely zero input, and then you've got to play it live. But that's. Fuck it, they've signed up for it. But it's just that's an interesting dynamic of the band that they still managed to keep that band together. There are so many egos, right? So many egos in bands, and they still managed to keep that band on the road 45 years or whatever.
Right, which is...
all the same original members the whole time?
Except for Stan Lynch was replaced by Steve Ferroni. Do I have that right? Am I saying that? It's Stan Lynch was replaced by Steve Ferroni.
Steve. Yeah, and then also when Ron Blair left the band, but he was replaced by Howie Epstein. When Howie died really tragically and a heroin overdose, it was horrific. He was then, Ron Blair came back into the band as the original bass player. It was fucking incredible, That's amazing.
But yeah, I think the most famous replacement was Stan Lynch for Steve Ferroni. But then when Steve came in, Steve was there for the last 25 years, so that's a solid replacement. Right. It's like I always talk about the GNR guys, like the original lineup of GNR, the one that people are. Whenever you have somebody else in GNR, people always go, oh, it's not GNR. But like the quote unquote original GNR was together for like 3 or 4 years, and the quote replacement that's not real GNR guys have been in the band for like 25. So maybe it's time to give the replacements a shot, And then Dave Grohl did a couple of shows here and there, very famously SNL with Tom after Stan left and before Steve was there. And like if you go and look up, there's a monster SNL performance from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers around the time Wildflowers came out, and Grohl is drumming, and he's like just attacking his drums through the whole performance. It's rad. Do you ever do that? Do you if you hear Free Fallin' on the radio, which is a Tom solo cut, and then you hear Don't Come Around Here No More, does it ever cross your mind?
So growing up, I never knew there was a difference, right? So I just thought it was always Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, like for everything. Right. And then I got older, I realized that he did a bunch of shit on his own, and it wasn't the whatever. But to me, the really popular songs that everyone knows, there's no difference.
Right.
But if you were to go back and listen to other stuff, there's an absolute difference. Mm-hmm. But the stuff that everyone knows and that I'm most familiar with is, to me, they sound somewhat similar.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Especially I don't want to use the term like it's derogatory, but the hits for sure sound, not even the hits, whatever you hear on the radio for sure sound like it's the whole band. Plus there's like a lot of cross-pollination, like Mike Campbell plays on this song on Tom's solo record and Stan Lynch played on that song, or you know what I mean? So it's like it's Tom Petty and the kind of Heartbreakers on this, or Tom Petty and the Heartbreaker on this song, So
I think that's why it holds together.
Right.
Sorry, just to say, like with Mike Campbell, it's like he's like his. I think he calls him like his captain or something. I don't know. And there's that bon ami between those two, and it's just like they're brothers, big time. And like I think without Mike playing on Full Moon Fever, it just wouldn't have been the same at all in any way.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That's for sure.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I grew up with just calling him Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
I know a lot of people that don't even use his full name. People just say Petty. You know what I mean? Like Mellencamp. You know what I mean? Like they just, have you ever heard that song by Petty? I don't know anybody who's like, I think my favorite Tom Petty song is Free Fallin', and my favorite Tom Petty and the Heartbreaker song is, I just thought it would be an interesting thing to discuss. So I know we were joking earlier, Michelle, you were going to see Tom Petty and you didn't get a chance to. And Kyle, we know that you've been to 4 shows in your whole life.
I used to really hate concerts, okay?
Tom Petty was not one of them, correct?
No, I fucking wish it was. Yeah, very much so.
So there's no
I would have paid $60 to see him in concert. Absolutely.
Not when you're poor.
There's no nice way to say this without sounding like I'm bragging. The only time I got to see Tom Petty was on the Wildflowers tour, which many consider to be the best Tom Petty tour that happened. And all I can tell you about that show is that, and this will circle back to Will's love of the song Learning to Fly, is that when they finished that night, Tom gave the usual like, oh my God, you guys have been such an amazing audience, and he was like, I'm not kidding, this is hands down the best crowd of the tour and whatever. And we were like, oh, okay, you're kind of paid to say that. And the house lights came up at the Palace and Tom came out by himself, and I'd say half the Palace was already cleared out by the time Tom just came back on stage by himself, and the house lights were still up, and he sat down at the piano and he was like, this is not on the set list, we didn't even work this up for the tour, but like you guys have been so amazing, like we gotta play more. And so by himself he sat down and played Learning to Fly on the piano. And
that's awesome.
And it was I know. Like, and to give you an idea, like I can see it in my mind. Like we were in the lower bowl on the back. Like I can see it in my mind right now. Like I just gave myself goosebumps talking about it. It was.
Oh, mate, I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah, it was really something. Like because you hear that from artists all the time, where it's the best crowd of the whole tour. And you're like, and then literally, I mean, it was that long where because they were probably back there figuring out like, what are we going to do, or whatever. And he was like, well, I'm just going to go back out there on the piano and play the song, It was a really slowed down, like just really cool. Like, he was whistling at the end of it and stuff. It was just really cool, cool back. Like I would give anything to have a recording of that version of Learning to Fly because it was amazing. And did you get to see him, Will?
I did, yeah. I basically, I was.
Did you pay $60?
Fuck me, man. I paid more than that. I'm really big time more than that. I was basically sick and tired of him not coming over to the UK and Europe as a whole. He's never used to come over here. And so I just said, I've got to go. So when the Mojo album came out, I was like, I'm going to New York, Madison Square Garden, long weekend. My mum got me into Tom Petty. We go together. So my mum and I go to Madison Square Garden, fucking a lot. So, fly to New York, buy tickets for Tom Petty, doesn't seem that big a deal.
And Michelle wouldn't pay $60.
Right. So, Michelle. The thing is, though, this is where it takes a little bit of a turn for me, because I love Tom to pieces, but live, it just didn't cut it for me. I mean, I was like, because it sounds like you had the most incredible experience with that Wildflowers tour, and I envy you to a point of almost guttural jealousy. Because when he played Madison Square Garden, he played the best of, and it was an hour and a half. Get up, I knew exactly. He pretty much played when the best of came out in '93 or whatever the fuck it was. He pretty much played the exact same set, the exact how that CD went.
Right.
And I was just like, absolutely. When the fuck are you going to play some album tracks? When is it? What, you finished now? It's an hour and a half. What the fuck? And I was just absolutely mortified. And my mum, man, we went out the Empire State Building to try and break my mood, my depression. I was I know I sound like a spoiled little bitch, but like it's just one of those things. It's like I was brought up on, like, not brought up on, but a massive Springsteen fan, and all the bands, small, middle, or large, you know, if you're not giving it 1,000%, then like I can't really get you. And I'm sure he was giving it a fucking everything he could. Bearing in mind he was pretty in a lot of pain at the time. I'm sure he was, but it was just like. It just the set didn't work, and it was just a bit like, and here's this number, and here's this number, bye, see you later. And I was gutted. But then I saw him at the Isle of Wight Festival a few years later, and that was a lot better. That was more adoration from the crowd, fucking hero worshipping, because there was like, Jesus, people from all around Europe came to that gig, because like, fuck me, Pay's in town. Where? I mean, London. Okay, I'm in fucking Moscow. I'm still going. Do you know what I mean? It's like. It was insane, and it was an amazing atmosphere. And I don't know, I was just in a bad place when I saw him live, I guess. But still pretty amazing.
Yeah, Petty was one of those ones for me where that show was so good that I was like, all right, I'm not going to ruin it. You know what I mean? By seeing another one, like I have a handful of acts that I've done that with, where I'm like, okay, like I will never see U2 again, because I saw them in '92 and they were amazing, and I feel like anything they do after that will be a disappointment to me.
I was going to say, based on your track record, I thought you were going to say that you saw Tom Petty like 40 times or something.
No, I have at least
seen him every time he came here.
I have 3 or 4 artists that I've seen close to or over 20 times a piece, but that one show from Petty was so good that I was like, nope, nothing will ever top this. Like unless he comes and sits in my lap and does Learning to Fly at the end, like nothing.
I'd pay $60 for that.
I wouldn't. I just fucking wouldn't.
You wouldn't? You wouldn't pay $60 for him to sit in Russ's lap?
No, because I'd be so fucking jealous. I'd fucking kill Russ and how hard to get that motherfucker in my lap.
I thought he was saying he'd be jealous of Tom.
I'd be like, Tom, can you now sit on my face for like $10? Just like play like free falling.
That's the going rate is $10.
I'll sit on Russ's face. Fine.
And that's the exact moment that the podcast went off the rails. Kyle, do you have a favorite Tom Petty song?
I have a tie between Don't Come Around Here No More and You Don't Know How It Feels.
First of all, You Don't Know How It Feels is the jam.
Yeah.
And second of all, Don't Come Around Here No More, I would imagine wouldn't make a bunch of best of lists, but it should.
Yeah.
Based on weirdness alone. Like, it's so
a weird-ass song, and I really like it.
I love that song.
And have you ever seen the video? I know we joke all the time about how you haven't seen it.
I literally have never seen a Tom Petty video.
It's like Alice in Wonderland type thing. Like, let me say this, it for real gave me nightmares when I was a kid. So, yeah. And I think we talked about this earlier this week, and also I have a theory as to why. But what is your personal favorite Tom Petty song, Michelle?
Wildflowers.
Yes, and is it because that song is about like you should not be told what to do?
Yeah.
When you texted me that, I was like, Tom Petty singing to a woman who shouldn't have to be told what to do.
Yep.
And so Now, do you remember the night after he passed when we saw the Lone Bellow and they did that song?
Yes.
Yeah, it was the last song of the night. Yeah, because the Lone Bellow, a person in their entourage, like their merch guy or something, was Tom Petty's godson. And
what?
Yeah, and so when that night, there was just like, well, Tom Petty had just passed, so there was an overwhelming mood in the crowd. And then he's associated with the band, I don't know how, but one of the guys on their crew was Tom Petty's godson. So they all came together at the end of the night and did Wildflowers, and it was really something to see, because their harmonies are amazing.
I have goosebumps just thinking about that.
Yeah, and you just got reminded of it too.
I did.
And it was at the worst venue ever, L Club.
No, Blind Pig was the worst venue ever.
Yeah, okay.
Can I just say really quickly, I didn't actually fucking tell you this, Russ, but I was actually in a Tom Petty cover band. I was Tom Petty in a Tom Petty cover band. It's fucking insane. I can't believe I even fucking haven't mentioned this.
Seriously, we're like an hour into the show and you're just now telling us this?
What the actual crap.
All right, we're done here.
You know? Yeah,
you can leave.
Holy cow.
Holy wow. What is your favorite Tom Petty song? I feel like this is a loaded question for you. Like this is like asking me my favorite Floyd cut or my favorite MJ cut. Like it's a big question for you, Will. But what's your favorite Tom Petty song?
Yeah, it's fucking hard. But I mean, I just cut to the chase. It's probably Learning to Fly, just because of you can literally 3 very distinct moments in my life where that song has meant an incredible amount to me. You know, from like summer holidays, like driving down to the south of France with that, just adding to the intensity of the mood, to like, you know, seeing him live play it, you know, and it just just having the crowd in the palm of his hand, like, you know, 80,000 people or whatever, you know, and just goes on. It's a family heirloom, that song, man. It's like, and I was having a near breakdown in fucking Bangkok of all places, DJing to a bunch of random motherfuckers doing like this rock set, and leading up to the heavier part of it and what have you. Before I got to that, I was like playing some like more Americana stuff, and like I was so fucking anxious, man. I cannot tell you the anxiety levels I was facing. And I played Learning to Fly just to try and break myself out of it. And these Swedish guys, these 3 of them, just were like, Tom Petty, Learning to Fly. He fucking just came up literally mobbing this little fucking DJ desk. And then afterwards, we literally spoke for like about 5 hours, and it just completely broke me out of my anxiety because that one fucking song.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. We forged a hell of a relationship.
We always talk about this on the show, but that's the power of music.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's really true.
It's just amazing. So the last thing I want to touch on, and this doesn't require a great discussion, but actually I think Will sent me this question, and it's a great question. Like if they were going to, you know, all world pandemic aside, if the Heartbreakers were going to get together and do like a tour as a tribute, like who would you pick to replace Tom? Like who, not replace Tom, but stand in for Tom on a Heartbreakers tour? Yeah. I think everybody's answer to everything is always Dave Grohl. like Dave Grohl could do it.
I don't want to see anybody replace Tom Petty.
Well, I know, but if you could go see the Heartbreakers,
I don't think I would.
Just really, like a one-off charity.
You sure wouldn't pay $60 for it?
I don't think that I would go. I don't want to see that would ruin what could have been.
Okay, I can see that.
So if you have seen them, then yeah, it would be the next best thing, right?
Yeah.
But I don't want that to be the thing that replaces actually seeing Tom Petty.
Yeah.
But Kyle, what about like a one-off massive charity gig, almost like a tribute to Tom kind of thing? But okay, maybe just the one guy.
I would go and see it, but I wouldn't. I don't know who.
I would want it to be somebody lower profile. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want it to be somebody big and huge that like.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
I think somebody lower profile would be better suited to more not impersonate but bring the spirit of Tom to it. Right? Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
Not some big huge name.
Will, do you have any names in mind? Like who do you think would be able to pull it off?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this one a lot. I think in answer to that, like someone not too huge, but it would be Ben Queller for me. I reckon Ben Queller.
I love Ben Queller. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
See, not too high profile.
Right, exactly. Fits the bill pretty damn well.
He really does.
I mean, like, yeah, if like you go and listen to like some of Ben's earlier stuff, or today, like he's still making great music, but like he just totally nails it. But I was also thinking maybe Steve Miller. But I mean, because of the age difference, you could have like you could pick the two, because like Steve Miller's a total fucking dude, man. Jesus Christ. And that's another guy who just like literally family heirloom of a musician. But yeah.
Yeah, well, so are we prepared to all sign off on that, Ben Queller? we would at least be okay with it happening.
I could.
Can I just say,
I would watch.
I don't see why this can't just happen once. Why can't it just happen once, man? I think the Heartbreakers be up for it. I think like you could get maybe a couple of others. This is a tribute night to Tom, and you could raise fuckloads of money for like the drug fund. I mean, the guy fucking died OD'd on fucking because he on sort of Fenaril or whatever it's called, because he's trying to like. Help deal with the pain that he was going through, and it's just heartbreaking how he died. It's astonishingly sad.
Yeah, well, and especially in this past week with the sudden and shocking passing of Eddie, I always find myself going through the 5 stages, even though I never met Eddie and I didn't meet Tom, but I go through those stages, and I always end up settling on like, well, at least we have the music. Like I can go over there right now and pull, Into the Great Wide Open or Full Moon Fever, all those, and Tom's still here. And just this morning I picked up an entire LP of music Tom wanted me to hear. And I get to hear that now.
I couldn't listen to his music for ages after he died.
Oh, you're preaching to the choir. Michelle will tell you. I lived in Michelle's house when Michael Jackson passed, and there was like 2 weeks where you weren't even allowed to talk to me. Like
You couldn't look him in the eyes, or
yeah, because I'd just start crying again.
I was at Glastonbury Festival when I heard about Michael Jackson dying. It was fucking awful.
Well, I was at Michelle's house when I found out, and boy did it ruin her next 2 weeks.
and the neighbors.
And the neighbors. Listen, we can't thank you enough, Will, for coming on. I've had a goddamn riot.
Yeah,
This was so much fun.
Yeah, they were not looking forward to this at all.
Shut the fuck up. He's a fucking liar. A dirty, dirty liar.
I sent Kyle and Michelle messages on Twitter, DMs, whatever, and neither of them got back to me.
Shut up! I totally did. I absolutely did.
Hey, Will, I live a half mile from him.
It was a giant poo. It was a poo emoji. I can't believe you did that.
Okay, well, that's an answer.
To be fair, I had no idea that you even DM'd me. I have no clue what to even. I don't have my alerts turned on for any of my social media shit. So
no, it sounds like me. So if I can get on Twitter, he can get on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter. I have it on my phone, but it doesn't alert me when people send me stuff.
Well, wait a minute. Did we not previously establish that you didn't reply anyways?
I did.
Oh, Jesus!
She did. She did. I'm just winding her up. And I think it might work.
I think you succeeded.
I'm going to reply to you as soon as we get off of here.
Yeah, we're going to
be a poop emoji.
Going to go take a picture of the bathroom. That's proof. Yeah. So I do want to wrap up by saying that if you like what you heard, which you have to because Will is great and I love rapping music with him, do yourself a favor and look up Limehouse Podcast on pretty much any service. He's out everywhere. And you 2 totally different episodes every week, which I think is cool. Like you mentioned
That's
earlier.
dedication.
Can I just add, if you do like the whole Tom Petty thing, I've interviewed Steve Runnin, like I did mention, the drummer from the Heartbreakers, but also I'm talking to Warren Zanes and Paul Zollo, so 2 biographers basically of Tom, and that's coming up relatively soon. So watch out for that.
That's exciting.
Yeah, so if you like this and you want to hear even more in-depth discussion on Tom, then be on the lookout for that. Or you can go back now and listen to the interviews with Steve Ferroni, because that's got to be awesome. Like just being able to talk about the guy's musical heritage is insane outside of being a Heartbreaker for 25 years. So as far as this show goes, we have a bunch of really good guests lined up. Next week we have the directors of a documentary called Vinyl Nation, which is going to be a whole lot of fun talking to them. They want to do the whole show with us, which I think is pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
And then we have a couple other people that I don't want to quite say the names yet because the ink's not dry on it just yet, but we have some pretty interesting and fun guests coming up soon. So as we always say, without music, life would be a mistake. Will, do you want to join in with Kyle and Michelle for their usual bye?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. The Infectious Groove Podcast is hosted by Russ Robinson, Kyle Wimple, and Michelle Koselecki. Produced and edited by Russ Robinson. Intro and outro music composed by Chris Kimmel. Opening credits read by Stacey Robinson. Recorded with a Rode Podcaster Pro and Rode Pod mics.